We are in the middle of a pandemic again, and this time it's AI's luck, because every other website and landing page on the internet are more or less the same. And as a growing business, you only have two options: either pay $80,000 worth of AI credits or succumb to the slop. Since you're watching this video, I'm guessing you don't like either of these options. So in this video, I'm going to help you get out of this rut. We are going to use GoHighLevel's website builder to help us build a website without you being a web dev or a prompting wizard. Since you have clicked on this video, I'm assuming you already have GoHighLevel, and that's what we are using to get out of this rut. This is not going to be difficult, but if you're thinking why should we here listen to this bald Indian guy, knock yourself out. Don't listen to me. Spend $80,000 in credits. But what I will say is, give me 3 minutes. If you think I'm not making any sense, then please click off. Just give me 2 more minutes, right? Let's get into it. Now 9 out of 10 websites on the internet look exactly like this. They have a purplish, bluish, pinkish tint with exactly these buttons. Then we have the emojis, these sections, they look exactly same. And all AI websites, AI generated websites look same. And this color scheme is almost like, this is very loud, it's almost stinging me. And we also, on the other hand, don't need something like this, which is extremely fancy, extremely animated. We don't need something like that. So to pull this off, to do this ourselves, we need two things basically. The first is we need to have a basic understanding of the high level builder, basic understanding, which I'll give you in this video. And the second thing is we need to research a bit 2 to 3 competitors or aspirational brands whom I would want to be like. So let's say for me it would be like Apple. I like this brand, I like their website, and I would like to take inspiration from a thing or two from their website. So this section looks good, right? This section looks really good. I have not seen this in many websites, like such a well put together thing. I have never seen that. And the sections look good. Maybe I'm a apparel brand, maybe I'm a fashion brand, and I'll go to somewhere like Prada to take inspiration, and maybe this part is something I like, right? How the products are placed right here. You have to see what are you liking, and then this is something unique. I have not seen something like this ever before, so I can take inspiration from this. And we have to remember that we are not really building everything from scratch. We'll take templates, GoHighLevel templates, and we'll add upon that. Or if you are using a web dev agency and you don't want to take your prices up and get those animations from them, you can just implement my things over that and you'll be fine. So we have a lot of websites. So let's say you are a coach and you like Tony Robbins. You see this part? You saw exactly this thing in Apple's website, but you see that you won't draw the correlation because it's designed so differently. So this is exactly what we are going to do. So we need 2 to 3 competitors or aspirational brands that we look up to, and we'll go to our editor. Okay, right now we are on HighLevel's funnel editor, website editor, and on this page editor I need you to understand a few things, and these are like one-time investment. Once you understand them, you don't need to worry about it ever again. So let's get this out of the way and let's see. The things that we need to understand is how sections work, because this is really important. We have this green section first, and under this we'll have a blue section. Okay, so under the green we have blue, then we have pink, which are like this pinkish ones are columns. We can make multiple columns like this. So this is really our vertical columns inside the blue division. This is a subdivision in our section. The green one is called section, and then ultimately we have the element. Now if we want something like, let's have some shadow under this image, or let's make this button animated. That actually adds a layer to this whole design. Now let's say I am trying to copy this part. This will be too difficult to start with. Let's say I'm trying to copy a fancy button from anywhere. So let me just say that whenever I hover over this, I'll get an animation which is like a rolling animation. Let me show you how to do that. So what we'll do is we'll simply go to ChatGPT and we'll ask it, can you make me a simple CSS? Let me go through this. So I'm basically asking ChatGPT, can you make me a simple CSS code to make a rollover style button such that whenever I hover, the ball rolls over from left to right and the color changes. Something like this. This is what I'm trying to do. This one. Okay. This thing. This is the exact thing. So I saw this website. I liked how it looked. So I asked ChatGPT to build something like that. Now, I didn't mention one thing inside ChatGPT. So you need to make sure you don't have any HTML. So I'll specify that I need only CSS code. Okay, so I have to modify my prompt a bit. I said, can you make me a simple CSS code? Only CSS. Simple CSS code. Only CSS. To make a rollover style button such that whenever I hover, the ball rolls from left to right and the color changes. Make the button animation and design such that it will be used in GHL CSS selector. This is important. Bear in mind, I will have to attach the class to it so the GHL can recognize it. Now I'll give you this prompt in the chat and you can simply use it, but this is how it creates this. Now what all we need to do is we need to copy this code. This is really simple. We'll go here, custom CSS, we'll drop it. Now from here I have two options to add this class. Now I'll tell you what a class is. Whenever we are selecting any of these, let's say this one, and we go from general to styles over here. Now if we roll down, we see CSS selector, class name. We have two options. Either we can take our CSS selector and we can paste that value over here, but in that case we have to change every single CSS name, right? So these are the hover actions, before and after. This is the entire animation written down over here. If you know CSS, you will know that before, after, hover, animation, everything, the pseudo class over here. So you don't need to know the details of it, but the only thing I need you to know is for whatever code you put in, this is the name which our website will call. This is the name we'll need. So we'll put it in class, custom class. Now if we want to use CSS selector, which is if you want to assign GoHighLevel's name in our code, then we have to change these names over here. Everything that is in green, or just remember everything that's before your first second bracket. So if I have dot rolling button before my first second bracket or curly braces, we'll have to change rolling button everywhere, and only rolling button. Don't touch anything else, just change rolling button and you'll be able to see. Now you might think, I don't know how it looks, I want to change it, I want to make changes to it, and there are stuff like that. Okay, so we'll come to this website called CodePen.io. We'll just click on start coding, we'll just drop it over here. Okay, and we'll just do a simple boilerplate. We'll need this for that to explain, and I'm just doing an overkill. I'll show you a simple way to do that. Class equals to 10. See, the button is right there. Now if I hover on it, the color changes, and we can, right now this is perfectly fine. And if you don't know how to write this, you just ask ChatGPT to do it. That's the simplest way, but we have better ways, which is we'll go to CodePen. But the better way to do is CodePen button designs. Okay, if we go to CodePen button designs, we'll see multiple types of buttons over here, and we can just choose any one from it. So something like this. You see, now you can just simply take the code from here, give it to ChatGPT and ask it to change it for high level. That's the basic idea, but I will say don't go for something complex like this. Go for something simpler, like go for something very simple like these. If you want these animations, just give it to high level and ask it to make something like this. That will make more sense for you. But if you just try to jump onto something difficult like this one, that can be a bit tricky. So if you are testing your own button, we'll just create a simple boilerplate, which is we'll just ask ChatGPT, write me a simple HTML code which has just one button. Okay, it will HTML code to create a web page and have one button, just one button, with the name, with the class name. It's not important though. Okay, let's do the button is called rolling button. Yeah, I'm doing this in real time, that's why it looks a bit difficult, but when you will do it, these are like simple things. You see, this is the exact code I wrote, the exact code that I wrote earlier. No, but you can go back on this video and you can see this is the exact class I gave, exact code. So it gives you the simple thing. I'll also give you this prompt if you need it, because there are some technical things I've written over here, but there's nothing more than that. The only thing I need you to understand is this class and CSS selector. So if I'm using this name over here, I'll use the class name, I'll just put it in class name. If I'm trying to use whatever ChatGPT made me, I'll just put it in class name. Else I'll copy CSS selector and I will paste it over here. That's the only thing, nothing else. Don't copy this dot, just copy before the dot, and that's it. Now we'll select this, we'll go down, paste this, Control S, paste this, press enter, and see this has changed. Boom, as simple as that. Now another thing is for stuff like these. Where did we go? At this one. Wait, for stuff like these. Take it down. What's happening when we are hovering? The video plays. Otherwise, we see a thumbnail. We have many ways to do it, but the simplest way for you, when we deal with stuff like these, the simplest way is to let's go to Mac and see whenever we are hovering, it just pops up. So it's a simple thing which you can build. Now I have, let's look at this. I have something like this. What I want is whenever I hover on this whole thing pops up. Yes, there are animations which will give me hover animations, elevate, wobble, but this might not look like, you see, I have only elevate and wobble. What if I want glow behind it? Let's say I want a glow behind it. So I'll go to ChatGPT, simple thing. I'll ask, create me CSS code. Create me, what's our CSS code? This design code is called CSS code. Just write it as is for a hover animation such that whenever I hover on an element, they become a bit magnified, a bit bigger in size. They have simple glow around them. Just write the CSS, GHL's CSS selector. This part is important. talking about the GHL CSS selector. Okay, so this time our class name is glow hover. All we'll do is copy this, we'll come here, we'll open our code, we'll go down, we cannot remove anything that we already have, then we'll put it in. Okay, and anything under these things, like anything which is not highlighted, that's a comment and your compiler will not read it. So you can feel free to change it to hover animation, hover glow animation. Okay, and now we'll take this simple thing, save. Now the beauty of this is, now see, this is why I was showing you the in the beginning I was showing you this pink box, this box element section. I was showing you all these things. Now I want this applied to all of these. Okay, so whenever I hover on any one of them, this should come up. So whom should I apply this on? This element or this text or this entire thing? Obviously entire thing. Now we'll go to styles. You see this purple box is selected. We'll go down again, we'll paste it in custom class, we'll press enter because it needs to look like this. Again on the next one we'll go Control V, enter. Next one, go Command V, enter. Okay, now whenever I'm hovering on it, you see the color changes. Now of course we can go inside, go down and change the color. If you make adjustments to these RGB values, the color will change inevitably, but you can just ask this one, make the glow brighter and brighter and white. So it has changed the code, but all we'll do is we'll take the code, we'll go to this place, select all of it, we'll press Ctrl V, save. Now see, white. Now what I can do, if I want, I can just apply this class name to this image as well. Sorry. You see, whenever I'm hovering on this one, it pops out with that color, and whenever I since I have the glow on both of this elements, so I'm seeing this effect. So basically once I created this, I can go on any other element, I can just put in the class name, and then when this will not work for images, this will not work for images, we'll have to create a separate one for images, but but we don't need images. If we put it in here, it will just work. It will work. We have to just put it in the purple box. It works for the it works for text, but it doesn't work for the purple for image element. So we can just put it in the purple box and it works. See, again, if I want, I'll just drop it in here and let's see, it's it's bringing the whole thing out. So this is not optimal for every single element, but you see my point, what I'm trying to say. Now if I want this part to be animated, or let's say this is the important part, let's say I'm reimagining this whole section, what I'll do is I'll create a section, create one column, and I'll put in this one, this code. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll go to ChatGPT and I'll ask it to create me a code for this section. Now what it will do is it will create this entire division with exactly what I want, and with the design and all. Just it made it for me. Now we'll go here, we'll create custom JavaScript, we'll create open editor. We don't have any JavaScript over here, we only have custom HTML, so we'll go to open editor, boom, put it in, create save. Nothing will be changed over here. Okay, we have to click on preview, we have to save, and we have to click on preview to see our changes. That's the magic. Voila. So See, if I'm hovering on it, we are getting this. Otherwise it's seamless. Now you might say, but we have so much white space on the back and this is like a box thing. Yes, that's what I'm coming to next. The reason we need to create a section, this is why I was talking about section in the beginning. The reason we need to create a section and we need to have this is because we have this special option. So the reason I was talking about sections and all in the beginning is because of the class selector, yes, but also for this. So if we are having any code or if we are putting any new section and we are building something in, we need to have this option, all rows to take entire width. This will help me fill up the entire section, right? This is what I'm using right here. We need to make this toggle this on, and our code now, if I go here and if we just refresh, let's see, you see this has taken the whole width. Again, the background is not same exactly, and we can just change the background color from transparent to this color, black maybe. So if we change it to this black, it will be seamless. It's not seamless though. Yeah, now it's seamless. Now we save, we preview. You see, now this black is from obviously our code, and we can change it anytime we want. We can change it all we want. Just need to see 191A1F. We need to see the hash code 191A1F. We'll go to code editor. I'm doing this by hand, but you can totally ask AI to do it. We go to code editor, 191A1F. Not card content. Yes, here. So it has to be 000, the one I'm missing. Section, you do hashtag 191A1F. We'll click save this. Takes 3 fucking business days. Let's go to this part. See, it's seamlessly blended in. This is exactly what I was talking about. We can mimic sections and all. Now the thing is, we are not blindly asking AI to create anything and everything, and we are not giving it $10,000 a day to do so, because if it's doing all your thinking, if it is doing all your research, it will take into account all the shit research it's doing. So you don't want that. All you want is to select sections that you feel connection with, put it in, ask ChatGPT to build a simple boilerplate, like a simple code. I'll give you my prompts, just use them. You'll get a decent enough website, and if you have any more problem, you can always reach out. Always happy to help. But I hope you learned something and you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next